Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how you can cut this stylish bustier blouse with a slit in front. So if it's something you would love to learn, do well to watch the end of the video, like, share and subscribe. So let's get right into it. The first thing is to take our vertical measurement. From the top here is our starting point and our shoulder line. So from the top of the paper I'm going to come down to mark my bust point, which is 10 inches. I'm going to mark that all the way to get a straight line. I'll go ahead and extend this point across this way. So from the shoulder line, I'm going to come down to mark my under bust line. From my shoulder to my under bust is 12.5 inches. I'm going to mark that all the way to have a straight line. I'll go ahead and extend the point across. Then from the top of the paper again, I'm going to come down to mark my waist point. From my shoulder to my waist point in front is 16.5 inches. You know, from the shoulder to the waist at the back and front is different. I'll go ahead and extend that point across. The next thing is to mark the length of the blouse I'm working with. I marked 25 inches as the length. I'll go ahead and extend that point across. This is my full length, my waistline, my under bust point and my bust line. So I'm going to come here. This is my shoulder line as well. I'm going to come to the top here, divide my shoulder by 2. My shoulder is 15 divided by 2 is 7.5. I'm going to mark that here. I'll come here to mark my basic neck of 3 inches. From my shoulder point, I'm going to come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope and then connect from the shoulder slope to the neck width like so. So I'm going to come down here to mark my arm length. How to get your arm length? Divide your bust by 6, then add 1.5 inches. In my case, I got 7. Then I will extend that point across. So this is my chest length. So on my chest line, I'm going to mark my shoulder line, my shoulder measurement there to get a straight line. Then I'll connect from the shoulder slope to the point we just marked on the chest line. So I'm going to come here to divide what I have into 2 equal halves to get a midpoint, and at that point I'll go in by half an inch. I'll come to the chest line, divide my bust circumference by 4, then I'll connect my points together to form my armhole. The next thing is to mark our dart, and to mark your dart you're going to divide your nipple to nipple measurement by 2. My nipple to nipple measurement is 7 divided by 2 is 3.5. I'll mark it on the bust line, under bust line, waistline and also on the blouse length. I'll go ahead and connect the points with a straight line. Then I'm going to come to the under bust line. I'm going to mark 0.7 on the center front and 1 inch on the other side. But if you're a plus size person, you can mark 1.5 inches on the center front and 2 inch on the other side. So it depends on the size of your bust. So I'm going to mark that on the waistline as well. I'll mark 0.5 on the center front, and then on the side front I mark 1 inch. I'm going to connect the point together like this. So from the blouse length, I'm going to come up by 3 inches and connect my dart all the way to that point like so. Then from the bust line, I'm going to come down by 1 inch from the bust line. Then I'll connect my lines with my curve rule this way. So I'm going to connect this line all the way to the midpoint of our armhole. So we have like a precessed dart kind of. So this is what we have, and we're going to tighten up this place by half an inch on both sides of this line. Half an inch on both sides of the line. Then I'll connect the point back into the initial line like so. So whatever we took for that here, I'm going to replace it here so we don't have any shortage. I'm going to extend this line to meet that 1 inch. Then I'm going to replace the 1 inch here on the chest line as well. Then I will connect my armhole like so. So the next thing is to impute our round body measurement. We've already marked our bust measurement. I'm going to come to the under bust, divide my under bust by 4. I'll mark it here. Then what we took for that here, I'm going to replace it and then add 1 inch for sewing allowance. I'll add the sewing allowance on the bust line as well. I'll come to the waistline, divide my waist by 4. I'll mark it on the waistline. Then what we took for that, we replace it, then add our sewing allowance. I'm going to come to the hip line, divide my hip on the length line. I'm going to divide my hip by 4. Then you can add 1 inch for ease because it's kind of free at the hip area. then I'll connect my point together like so. So the next thing is to mark our bust dart, and to mark your bust dart is the difference you have from your shoulder to your waist in front and back, and mine is 1.5 inches. I came down by that 1.5 inches from the bust line, then I connected back into the bust point like so. So we are going to cut out this place. So this is what we have. So the slit we have in front, it depends on where you want your slit to start from. I came down from the waistline by 3 inches. Like I say, it depends on where you want your slit to start from. You can do 2 inch, 1.5. Then from the on the length, I came in by 1 inch. I'm sorry that my camera could not capture that place. I just came in by 1 inch from the dart leg, right? Then I connect from the 3 inch to that 1 inch. I came up here by 3 inches and connect back here to give it a nice curve around this area. Then we'll cut it out. Make sure to close down your dart before cutting. For the neck depth, I mark 3 inches. Then I connect with my curve rule. So this is what we have for the front. So for the back, I'm really gonna rule out the necessary lines we need. We have our bust line, waistline, full length, and our zipper allowance of 1.5 inches. I'll come to the shoulder line, divide my shoulder by 2 here, just the way we did at the front pattern. I'll come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. I'll mark my basic neck of 3 inches. Then I'll connect from the shoulder slope to the neck width with a slant. Then for the neck depth, I'm going to mark 1 inch for the back. Then I'm going to connect with my curve rule. Then the next thing is to mark our arm length. Make sure all your measurements are taken after the zipper allowance. I'll come down to mark my arm length just the way we did for the front pattern. I will extend the line across this way. So this line now is our chest line. We are basically repeating what we did on the front pattern. Then I'm going to mark my shoulder measurement here to get a straight line. I'll connect from the shoulder slope to the point we just marked on the chest line this way. So I'll come to this line here, divide it into 2 equal halves to get the midpoint. Then at that point, I'll go in by 1/2 inch. I'll come to the chest line, divide my bust circumference by 4 and mark it on the chest line. Then I'll connect the point together to form my armhole. The next thing is to mark our dart. I'm going to divide my nipple to nipple measurement by 2, which is 3.5. I'm going to mark it on the chest line, bust line, waistline, and on the full length. I'll go ahead and connect the points together with a straight line. Then on the waistline, I'm going to mark 1/2 inch on both sides of our dart leg. Then I'll come up from the full length by 3 inches. And will come down from the chest line by 1 inch. I'll go ahead and connect my dart. So the next thing is to impute our round body measurement. We've already marked our bust. I'll add my sewing allowance, come to the waistline, divide my waist by 4. The dart intake, I'll replace it, add my sewing allowance. I'll come to the full length, divide my hip by 4, then add my sewing allowance. I'll go ahead and connect the point together. So I'm going to come up here by 3 inches, just the way we did for the front pattern, to give it a nice curve and connect it back into the line this way with my curve rule. So I'm going to come to the waistline. I'll mark 1/2 inch here. This is to prevent our zip from bulging after sewing. So the excess we are supposed to have here, we just eliminate it here, so we don't have any form of zipper bulge after sewing. I'll just connect it up this way. We are going to cut out this place we don't need, this excess. And this is basically it for the back pattern. I'll go ahead and cut this out. So we will have both the pattern paper here, and this is all we have for today's tutorial. If you have watched to this point and you have not yet subscribed, please do it to subscribe before you go, and thank you for watching. See you in the next video.